Look?
Listen.
Darn it. I've been the listener for so many weeks, Geese. Don't give me that look.
You hate listening.
Taylor. That is fair.
Okay, time for the intro of the podcast. Welcome to the Look, Listen cast. That's right, it's all of us. Look, Listen, Geese, Guyera, Taylor, Michael, every single one of them. This is a podcast about Pokemon and other things, or other things in Pokemon, depending on what your interests lie in. Guys, calm down. Everybody, big episode. Get excited. Hit the like button. Everybody leaving comments right this second, because we got so much to discuss today. We got Legend ZA. Okay, you and I both know what video game just came out. It's Pokemon Legend ZA. Do I have some spoilers? Do I have a lot of words to say about it? Yes. Have I beaten the game? Of course. Have I beaten the post game and gotten all those spoilers? Yes. So
wow.
Before we do anything, well, not everything. I mean, I have a billion side quests on the map, obviously, still.
There's side quests?
Oh, there's my map has 10 trillion side quests right now because I've been mainlining. Guys, I've been mainlining so I don't get spoiled, obviously, because this game comes out the first day I have work of the week. So my first day off with the game was a couple days ago. Guys, would you, since I have so much to say, would you like to kick off our podcast with a little bit of a Geese of the Week, what you been peeping, before I just Legends Arceus, or excuse me, pardon me, are we kidding? Legends ZA, come on, for an hour, please.
Pardon my French, you might say.
Oh.
Because of the location of
France.
ZA. Yeah.
Spoilers!
Oh, what a good joke.
Guys, we're discussing the Kalos anime, Perfect Horizons, the Pokemon anime, to go along with ZA. This is perfect. It's the synergy. Geese Pete, please.
Well, while you've been playing Pokemon with the mimes and the baguettes and the Eiffel Tower and Ratatouille and Jacques Cousteau and the Louvre.
Hot news at the Louvre these days.
I know, yeah.
What, it was just at the Lumiose Museum. It's fine.
I'm just excited, before you go on, Geese, I'm excited that we still have good old-fashioned jewel heists in this day and age.
Oh, right. Please continue.
Oh, well, quick tangent. So I'm on a lot of Royal Jewel subreddits and forums because I love jewels, and boy.
How many subreddits are there for this?
Several.
Interesting.
Anyway, while Michael's been playing the Pokemon in France, I've been in the island nation of Japan playing with the shinobis and the samurai and the Ronin and the other guys in Ghost of Yotei, aka Ghost of
Ghost
Yotei.
Of the Corn.
The ancient Ainu people called it maze.
Okay.
How are you you got it too, Geese?
No, this is the next step.
Okay.
Literally, while I've been playing, Michael was playing Pokemon because Michael gave me his portal, his PlayStation Switch 2 portal.
So she can play it in Maryland. And it works well.
It works so well. It's crazy. I'm thousands of miles away and I'm playing the game while he is also at the same time playing on the Switch. So
great stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy out there, Table.
Yeah, internet's nuts.
Her internet must be great if she's getting zero lag on a PlayStation Portal. Like she said, 10 million miles away.
Sometimes the connection gets interrupted.
Oh, no.
But most of the time it runs really well.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
I've been really
fans or butts.
What?
Got him.
So basically, here's what happened. I went and I watched Michael play Ghosts of Yotei and on his save file, and I was like, I want to play. So I started a save file, and I've been really enjoying it. It's been scratching my Assassin's Creed itch.
Nobody has that. That's not a thing.
Here's the thing, though. I love those games.
She's diagnosed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you are you gonna seek help, or are you gonna kind of try to cope in your daily life?
The French Canadian dentists in Paris said play Ghost of Yotei. It's a better game.
I am really enjoying the story. I wish there was more depth in certain areas, but I understand they chose breadth of gameplay and weapon selection rather than one mainline story.
Which is weird because those aren't even related. Like, you could have both of those.
Yeah, it's just like there's so much in the game. And I have like a lot of hours in it, but there's still so much I haven't done.
Yeah, you either get weapon selection or engrossing story, not both.
Well, for each weapon you get, there's like a side story.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so like it kind of takes away from like a larger, more in-depth story, but I'm really enjoying it.
It's been getting some criticism for being better than Ghost of Tsushima in every way. People are complaining it's just more Ghost of Tsushima. Thankfully, I'm a fan of Ghost of Tsushima, so a new sequel that is that but better in every way, right up my alley.
The only thing that I've heard about it that's negative is that the story is not quite as strong as Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, there's a lot of criticism of another revenge tale.
That's great. Everybody loves a good revenge story.
I didn't play Sushi Ghost, so I can't speak to that, but I'm enjoying it a lot. I like that you're a female character.
Yeah, her name is Otsu.
I like the weapon stuff. I don't know, because you only had what? You had one sword in the first game, and then you learned different like techniques, right?
Stances.
Yeah, different stances.
Well, you have a bunch of different weapons, and I like that because I can play. I don't like fighting, and so I have maxed all my perks and stuff in more ranged weapons, and based on my armor and the charms I have, I am. For example, like I have a charm that turns the throwing knife things.
Kunai.
Yeah, I can throw 3 at a time at enemies and they're on fire. I started the game off on easy, but it actually got too easy, so now I'm on regular mode and yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at video games, but
yes, you are. I watched you play Destiny.
She has so many crowned victory royales. I don't know what she's talking about.
Michael, what are your thoughts on the game so far? Because I think I'm way ahead of you now.
You are. When I first started, I was thinking, this is very similar. But within a couple hours, I went, oh my God, everything is so beautiful. And it's so wonderful to be in this world. And I love stealth kills so much. And I love finding new little fox dens and following the birds and reflecting in the onsen. And I can't wait to play it after doing a million things in ZA.
I have to say, after watching you do stealth, you're really bad at it. Because
flaming kunai with the confirmed hit. Dang.
You're too impatient to do stealth because you would just keep going out of the grass and get noticed and everything. I clear out a whole encampment, whatever you want to call it, without getting noticed in like 5 seconds.
That
between
was my
arrows and the kunai and the assassinations. I also have a charm it's a perk. It's a skill perk that I have a chance whenever I throw an item at an enemy that my wolf will get summoned. So I'm just every time I can, I'm throwing things. Then my wolf is gonna come and attack them. So.
Well, anyway, like she said, she's 150 hours past where I am, so she can afford to do all this. Maybe I haven't unlocked everything. And by the way, Taylor, just because I alert them...
You have more weapons than I have it right now.
Yeah, because I just quickly rushed to get the weapons. I didn't do the other stuff. Anyway, it's fine, Taylor, because it doesn't matter if they see me. I'll run back in the grass, and they'll say, what was that? Must have been the wind. And I'll get them.
That's one of those phrases. I know we got this email like a year ago from Shiny Sylveon. But that is absolutely something that I say on a regular basis where no one's ever acknowledged it. But I always, if somebody hears something and somebody goes, what was that? I always go, must have been the wind.
Did you have more to say about Ghost of Yotei, Geese Peep? Geese at a Peep? Yeah, Peep at a Geese.
Oh.
No, I think that's it. I'm enjoying it. And I hope that you keep playing Pokemon so I can have hostage control over your PlayStation.
Well, the bad news is, like I said, I just did all the gameplay, and there's like just a couple people left in my Pokedex to fill. But the good news for you is, haven't even begun shiny hunting. And spoilers for my Peep of the Week, what I've been geesin'. Can you guys believe in my 40 hours of playing this game, doing all the post-game, can you believe I have encountered 0 shiny Pokemon in this entire game?
I can believe it.
I can. If you have my luck, I 100% can believe it.
I'm going to get into my ZA stuff, but Taylor, do you want to quickly go over Silksong before I do that? Because it's going to be a whole thing. And I'm sure
I know you have a big old thing regarding ZA, so I don't want to get too into Silksong. I'll talk more about that next week.
What is Code Vein?
So Code Vein is a game that came out a long time ago. People call it anime Dark Souls, which is not inaccurate. They do a few things that are different enough from the Souls franchise. Yeah, I just had a little stroke there. It's closer to Neo, in my opinion. You do have a little buddy character that I am playing with because I'm not into too stressful a situation with that combat system, and it seems like the game was designed around it. I don't like fan service in anything. I think it's distracting, and it makes me feel like I'm playing a game for somebody that is 11 years old.
May I ask your definition of fan service? Because I believe that has multiple meanings these days.
So not fan service as in, ooh, look at this fun Easter egg, although I don't really like that either. Fan service as in, would
Bikini
you like...
girl?
Yep.
Okay, continue.
It really made me think about something in video games that I enjoy. So I was playing Final Fantasy Tactics for a while. I've been playing a bunch of other games, and it makes it... The pacing and the sense of relaxation that you have within those games is too great. So I get a little too relaxed and I start getting a little bit bored. Something that's very cool about Souls games is that it forces you to be very immersed because of how punishing they are. You just, when you feel like the stakes are there, you have to pay attention because any enemy can kill you at any point. And I really like that because it really forces you to pay attention to what you're doing.
Do you have more to say about Code Vein, Taylor?
Nah.
Yeah.
It's good. Sequel's coming out soon, so that's exciting.
Everybody get ready for the anime bikinis. All right. We knew this day was coming for a long time. We need to discuss Pokemon Legends ZA, the video game I've been looking forward to for a long time.
My first question, and it's the most important question I have, is how many challengers are mimes?
I haven't seen any mimes.
Okay, waste opportunity.
Mr. Mime's not even in the game.
The mimes are in Clair Obscure.
There you go. Pokemon Legends ZA. Great game. Lots of fun. It is a very fun video game. I think after beating the game, getting all the, I've done the post-game stuff, right? I mean, there's a couple more things I can do, but the main big stuff. My biggest disappointment with this game is that there's no new Pokemon in it.
That is wild.
There's a ton of new Mega Evolutions, but you can't box a Mega Evolution. That's not part of your collection. I play Pokemon to catch new Pokemon, to fill up my living decks, to fill up my shiny living deck. There's none of that in ZA. There is actually, huge spoilers, one new boxable form. But I don't want to get into that because it is huge spoilers, as you could imagine. But you could also very easily predict this. And it's been a long time coming, I'll tell you that much. We should have got this Pokemon decades ago, and we're finally getting it. And I have that Pokemon. I guess they're really just counting the Mega Evolutions as the new form. So that's disappointing me because I play Pokemon games to catch Pokemon. You could easily make the argument Legends ZA is a better video game than Legends Arceus. You could make that argument. There's a ton of quality of life improvements that have been a long time coming that are great. And it is a lot of fun to play. But in my mind, it's nowhere near as good of a Pokemon game because the focus during Arceus is 100% catching. You catch so many thousands of Pokemon over these massive different little worlds these massive levels, quote unquote, open worlds you go into and catch Pokemon. That's what you do. ZA is pretty much nothing but battling. I never feel like, but the battling's so much fun. It's real-time battling. It's so sick.
So it's just the Horizons anime?
Nah. It's a lot of fun. You would love it, Taylor. You'd have a lot of fun. But the problem is I feel like I'm never catching Pokemon. And like I said, I have 0 shinies.
Question from the audience. Yes, Geese?
How do we feel about the world? It's
fun. It's so cool. Like there's all these people. The localization is very funny. I'm laughing throughout the whole thing. Like it's a lot of fun.
You know, Pokemon games have always had kind of an underappreciated sense of humor, in my opinion.
This one's super good. The music is outstanding. And shouts out Carlos, the music arranger for Pokemon Legends ZA. Catherine just had him on her stream. That was very sick. I have been whistling the songs from this game all week. constantly. Dun, ba-da-ba, dun, dun, ba, dun, 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 dun. And the music it plays when you get into a rogue Mega Evolution battle is so sick when it starts and goes the bow, bow. Super sick song, super sick music and sound effects when you get the new Megastones. Geese people, do you need to say something?
What's the story like?
The story is interesting. I mean, they explain the story. Basically, something's going on with Prison Tower, which is the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, that's sick. Prison Tower? Is that like Arkham?
Prison. Prism.
Oh, missed
Something's
opportunity, Pokemon.
Pokemon are flocking. There's all this pink mega energy, much like Laqua crystals. There's mega crystals all over the place. There's actually a lot of links between Horizons and this, I think. And the character, God, spoilers, the character we're going to discuss in Horizons this week is a super main character in ZA.
Alt?
Okay. No, Emma the girl. Pokemon are coming from the world over to try to get into the city because this mega energy is beckoning them. So there's Pokemon all over the city, and it's become quite a problem. So they've had to create wild zones all around the city, which are blocked off by this like hollow technology. So you go into all these wild zones when you want to catch Pokemon. And the whole story of this is AZ, the guy from X and Y, who's 3,000 years old. He fired the ultimate weapon. I think he killed like millions of people to save his baby Floette. And so anyway, he's here.
We're just going to glaze over that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But he's a good guy now. I wouldn't worry about it. But here's the thing. He needs to find who the best Mega Evolution user in the world is to save the world, because there's going to be a big problem if we don't do that. And so that's why they created the ZA Royale. So every single night, everybody goes out and battles, and you rise up the ranks from rank Z to rank A. And
that's fun.
It's super sick, super fun. Story's fun.
Not quite as strong as Ghost of Tsushima, but worthy follow-up.
Yeah. I'm having a ton of fun playing the entire time. It's funny. I said I have 0 shinies, but it is actually the most easy to get shinies in and the most shiny hunting friendly game of all time. When the game came out and when leaks were coming out, people were very scared because you cannot turn autosaves off in this game. And everybody said, you have to be able to turn autosaves off. How are you going to shiny hunt? This game literally catalogs. If you have a shiny, it keeps it there. As long as you put down a save, it will keep that shiny there. No matter if you warp away, if you die, whatever, that shiny will stay locked for you. The only thing that's going to make that shiny go away is if you knock it out or it flees. But if that happens, an autosave does not hit, so you can just reload at that point. So it'll save up to 10, it'll save up to 10 shinies for you. So it's actually like the most user-friendly. Which
wow. So shiny hunting eventually is just going to be teleporting from outbreak to outbreak, and then whichever Pokemon stays.
So there's no outbreaks in this game, but yes, That's exactly what people are doing. They're just taping their controllers down or writing macros, and then just overnight, just leaving their game, warping over and over again. And when they come back, they're going to have 10 shinies just sitting there. So
there's nothing like riding the bench all the way to a gold trophy, is there?
Yeah. Some people are not a fan of this new shiny hunting. I wonder if it's going to be patched, actually, because of how simple it is. I don't know. The game is very good. It's very fun. The Rogue Mega Evolution boss battles are so sick. And I like a lot of the mega designs, and I've got a bunch of new megas on my team, and yeah, it's really good. I just wish we had some new Pokemon to catch. I'm sorry, but we'll get Generation 10 next year. It'll be great. I'll catch some.
7 out of 10, a little something for everyone.
It's way better than 7 out of 10. It's a very fun video game. Like, it's in the 8s or 9s.
Wow.
Like, if I'm going to give it, like, a video game score, probably in the 9s. If it's a Pokemon score, maybe in the 8s.
How is the fashion in the game?
Oh, my God. There's so much fashion. You can look however you want in this game, and you're going to love every second of it. And there's oh, my God. It's sad neither of you played Legends Arceus, but it is so sick that you can go into the Lumiose Museum and just see all the artifacts from Legends Arceus, because that took place in the past. And this game takes place 5 years after Pokemon X and Y. Oh, my God.
Is this the most future game?
That's a wonderful question. I have no idea. I guess no. The timeline is weird. It's like Generation Because then when you introduce the remakes, I think it like resets a timeline.
Really?
But I know that Generation 1 and 3 take place at the same time. Generation 2 and 4 take place at the same time, and they're set after 1 and 3. X and Y, if we just say, okay, X and Y came out in 2013, ZA takes place 5 years later. So you could say, what, ZA takes place in 2018? Obviously, the Pokemon world is not on our timeline at all because they have super crazy technology. But I don't know what the timeline's looking like, guys. Definitely in the future of most things, probably.
I'm just glad we aren't doing the weird Yu-Gi-Oh thing where all of a sudden everybody's like riding future motorcycles and whatnot.
Oh my god. So the story is a lot of fun. The ending of ZA is crazy, but unfortunately, I guess I could just find the humor in it. It's very funny, but it's one of those classic situations, Taylor, where it's like, you know, we could have just solved this. It's the classic whale lord problem where you could have just thrown a Pokeball, except in this case, you could have just said, why don't we just use any Pokemon with wings to just fly over there? And that would have fixed the entire plot.
There's a barrier. There's a sky barrier. Roaming mega boss barriers.
They go so over the top with the humor with it. They're aware that it's a plot hole and they're just having fun, and it's a great time. And
well, that's good.
You're gonna enjoy the characters.
What's your favorite Mega Evolution?
Well, not all of them. It's be a spoiler, probably, right?
I don't know.
Spoilers for ZA in 5 seconds.
I'm so happy. So I came to love my Mega Excadrill. When I first saw him, I thought, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And he's become such a beloved member of my team, and I'm not going to replace him with spoilers. Big spoilers. But, well, how's that a big spoiler? Come on. I'm not. My initial plan was to have Zygarde on my team, but now I'm just keeping Excadrill. He's my boy. I love his goofy Mega. His Mega is so silly. Just gets these.
All right, I'm looking this up. I'm looking this up right now. Mega
triple giant drills on his head and his arms to become one giant drill.
Spoilers.
Mega spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, he looks. Oh wait, no, this is somebody that said, "Oh, it does not." Oh, that's very.
Most of the Megas look better in battle, like the actual animations while they're fighting.
Mega Excadrill looks like a toucan.
He's having a great time. Also, so. I followed a guide and built this hyper powerful Dragonite so I can just do ZA Royales in seconds. It's so much fun to watch, Taylor, because all of his EVs are like perfect, absolutely wonderful stats. And I just extreme speed everything in the game. So I just sneak around corners and
whoa.
It's so much fun. It's
like stealth. So is that fun? Is it more fun for you engaging in in-depth gameplay mechanics or circumventing gameplay to get a quick win?
And that's not circumventing gameplay. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, not in so many words. I mean, is it better for you to feel like godly when playing a game?
Yeah, I did have fun when there were challenges in the game, fighting a really tough rogue Mega before I built this level 100 Dragonite. But I look, that's not why I play Pokemon games. I don't play for a challenge. I'm just trying to catch my shinies, trying to complete my Pokedex, catch Pokes. So it's.
I was talking to Eric about that because we were discussing Hollow Knight and its difficulty. And something that's interesting with Hollow Knight is, for me at least, I got very comfortable towards the end, obviously, but I never felt the same way you do in Super Metroid, where you're like, oh, you can throw anything at me. I'm not batting an eye. I've become all powerful. And it's interesting because I don't know which one I prefer.
That's not really what I look for in having fun, I would say. All right. Yeah, it's a great game. Everybody should play ZA. Are we prepared to move on to
Wait.
Not a lot of news. Everybody knows the real news this week, which is Pokemon Legends ZA is out. You should be playing it and having a great time. We're going to, for the first piece of Pokemon news today, we're going to honor our boy, Joe Sarabi, because today, and by today I think I mean yesterday, marks 26 years since he began Sarabi.com. And he posted a little picture of a Celebi plush with 26.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It really is.
He's got some cupcakes there. It's adorable. Also in Poké-news of the week, We love and depend on Cerebi, and that boy is killing himself, working so hard, putting every little piece of data of ZA onto his website. He didn't even get the game early and get this stuff ready. He's doing it in real time. Rush to beat it, not getting any sleep, adding every location of every bench, every mega crystal, every piece of scaffolding, every single thing. It was funny because at one point, because he, talks back and forth there, but at one point he was like, for Generation 10, I'm going to have to slow down a little bit. I would die if I did this again. So he needs an employee or something. I don't know. All right. In our other pieces of Pokemon news this week, both Pokemon Go related and Pokemon Halloween related. And the Pokemon Go Halloween 2025 Part 1 event is out. It lasts from October 21st to October 27th. So why don't you get all these Halloween flavored Pokemon and all their goofy outfits? Look at them all. Oh my God. Look at that Sinistra, Sinistea. All the T's are here.
I have really fallen off of Pokemon Go.
No.
I
haven't played it.
Free-to-play games are very difficult to engage in when, one, your RNG's really bad, as per me, and two, when there are just so many good games out. Good, full experiences.
Yeah, I haven't been to Royal Raiders in so long because there's too much to do.
Yeah.
Also, the Pokemon Go Enchanted Hollow event has been revealed. It runs November 4th, 10 a.m. to November 9th at 8 p.m. local time. It adds Tarantula and Spidops to the game. So have fun with that, everybody.
Wow.
It is now time to discuss an episode of Pokemon in Horizons. Please tell us, in English, obviously, what happened last time on Pokes. Or you can tell us in Turkish, your choice.
Previously on Pokemon, Alt met Lucario. And Roy too.
Geese, can you please tell us the name of today's episode in English?
Alt, strongest.
Or in Japanese, Uruto Saikyo. And can you give us a one-sentence synopsis, or you can tell us how you liked last week and what your score is for last week?
I'll do last week first.
All right.
I liked it. I found the animation was very good, very dynamic. You can tell the budget really went in this first episode.
Yeah, they probably took some of the ZA budget and just brought it on over to the old animators team.
I like the humor. I'm a big fan of Master Mayonnaise.
I thought, when you said I like the humor, I don't know why my brain thought you were going to say I like the hubris.
Yeah.
I would give it like an 8.
An 8? All right. And Geese, can you please give us a one-sentence synopsis for this week's episode?
In the maze again. This time, Alt isn't blind.
Guys, I'm going to start this episode discussion, the plot description for you off on the right foot. This episode's amazing. It has everything I could ever want in a Pokemon episode. So I'm warning you now before any naysayers want to crawl out from under Ult and Sableye's little dirty under the stairs rainy alleyway, homeless alleyway. This episode's in the 9s. So just so all of you
are
aware. That is a just incredibly good take, because this is a great episode.
They had so much fun with this episode.
So much episode, and they covered so. Let's start out with the scores.
Apparently, there's music in the beginning that I am intrigued by. I don't remember because I watched the first half of the episode yesterday when we were going to record yesterday, so I don't remember, but apparently it was notable.
Apologies from the chef.
Well, happens the best. We open the episode with dinner. We got Ult, we got Roy, we got all the Pokes, Geese, Peep, and they are scorfing. They're eating so much. Oh my God. And dinner is being served by Emma.
Those croquettes look so good.
We got croquettes, we got spaghetti, we got pastas and salads. And guys, Emma is a big deal. Emma is from X and Y. Just in case you were unaware, she was an orphan and she was found by Detective Looker. Looker looked after her and now she's a detective and for some reason adopted little Ult. And this is all news to me. And she's a huge character in ZA. One of the main characters is Emma.
Oh, ZA. Really?
Oh.
Yeah, with her little meow stick.
Wow. Spoilers, but wow.
Big spoilers.
Wow.
Esper.
Wow.
And she very much is a big sister kind of mother figure to Olt, telling me he's got to study.
I'm not a fan of her voice acting.
Here's what I'll say about Emma's voice. I watched this episode after beating ZA, and I said, that's not how I pictured Emma at all, because that is not her character in ZA. Now, ZA obviously takes place after this flashback Kalos series, but very interesting. Very interesting.
Too cutesy and like, I don't know.
Yeah, she's not a cutesy character. I don't know why she's being played so cutesy. It's kind of odd to me.
I feel like there's so much in anime voice acting where they say, okay, you're going to be one of two types of female.
Yeah, it's called tsundere, gyaru, and then there's, this kawaii, whatever. So Olt and Roy, they're arguing, they're bickering back and forth about being called friends. You know the drill, Geese Peep. Olt's always having a problem being called friends with somebody. Am I right, Geese Peep?
He's a loner. He's a street urchin who doesn't need anybody.
Much like Aladdin, except unlike Aladdin, but kind of like Aladdin.
Dun dun, la da dun dun. I'm just trying so hard to read my note. It looks like it says Relogue mold.
No, that sounds right. That's a little later in the episode. I'm surprised you didn't take any notes until Relogue mold.
They're comparing the fact that Olt had this dusk ball since he was a kid, and Roy found the ancient Pokeball when he was a kid, and they're like, we're the same.
So Relogue Pulamald happens, whatever that means, and then Emma drops a giant plate of croquettes, but luckily her Esper psychically saves the day, and the croquettes do not fall on the floor. So
why didn't Esper just bring the croquettes psychically before?
Yeah, probably. I mean, probably takes a lot of energy, right? Am I right?
I don't know. What else is it doing?
The animation they give Olt when he's slurping the spaghetti down his gullet, I knew from this point that we were in for a heck of an episode. And I'm telling you, a shot shortly after that, where you got fat Captain Pikachu full of food. Roy, what they do with the animation, Taylor. The best thumbnail picture I've ever seen in my life, where they make his face 20 times bigger than it needs to be show his surprise. The animation. Thank goodness somebody walked in and said, guys, we're having fun today. Can we just have some fun? Can we laugh? Can we enjoy ourselves at work?
It is so refreshing.
Well, and this is like the perfect time to do it, because you don't need to make any kind of suspense. This is a flashback. We know how everything goes.
So then the kids discuss Emma's cooking for a while, but honestly, there's no time to be discussing food because we gotta beat Lucario. And Olt says, man, if I had only used the Pokemon that's in this Dusk Ball, because at the time, this is the past, we don't know that there's a Mega Dragonite in there. But if I had only used this, we would have been fine. God, it's got to be the strongest Pokemon in the world, you would imagine in here, right? Roy takes this opportunity to say, oh, you have a sick, mysterious Pokeball? Yeah, me too. And Geese Pete mentioned earlier, it's my ancient Pokeball with a shiny Rayquaza. That's sick, huh? That's pretty cool and interesting. And I like Roy in this scene. I kind of have a lot to say about Roy. This episode, it kind of conflicts with what we see later at the beginning of Mega Voltage, but, maybe a lot happens in those 3 years, so who's to say? In this episode, you hear Roy so gung-ho about, oh, Olt's just like me, I'm going to be his friend. And then he almost makes a promise to Emma to make sure to be Olt's friend. Yeah. But then when we flash forward to Mega Voltage, he's just so annoyed by him and literally abandons him every night. But a lot could happen in those times.
That is odd.
I wonder if it could be kind of realistic because it's like a godparent resenting a child, because it's like, oh man, I know I said I would do this, but this isn't something that I wanted to do.
At this point in the episode, Emma says it's time for some tea, but Geese Peep, there seems to be a little problem with the electricity.
It's out. 'Cause the French are unreliable. Just kidding. The French produce all the electricity within their country, and they actually bought out the British electricity, and so they just sell back the electricity back to the UK.
And they generate a whole lot of heat for people by burning trash cans and cars.
Yes.
So
God bless the French.
So there's a blackout, and so Emma says, Ampharos, give us some light. Actually, Ampharos, why don't you just mega evolve in the middle of the living room, really give people some light, and then we get Taylor.
I was laughing so hard.
The funniest, I've told you guys this before, if you ever need to get into comedy, here's your super easy trick for hilarious laughs. Have something obscenely strange happen and have another character yell, "Not again!" Good. Always funny. And the animation. This episode is just so much fun to watch. This almost never happens where you're just watching this Horizons anime and having a good time. You're just enjoying everything that's on the screen and going, wow, what a fun.
Whoever was in charge of this scene just wholly understood what was happening and how to contextualize that in the best way possible. It wasn't quick. They gave the full mega evolution animation. They honored the full thing as if this was a high stakes battle. She yelled out her cry, shine brighter than the sun or whatever, had the full transformation, lit the entire building, and then Alt said, "This is so wasteful." Every stage of this was thought out. None of this was wasteful, extra, or not given the time and respect it deserved. Great job, Pokemon.
Great job. Emma then teases Ult because apparently Ult in the past has expressed some amount of being uninterested in Mega Evolution, and yet out of nowhere, as soon as Roy shows up and he's interested in Mega Evolution, now Ult wants to be a Mega Evolution master all the time. So that's interesting.
Which is, and again, this is such a good way of writing this because you have Ult's caregiver, is her role in this episode, being incredulous regarding Ult's current mannerisms and enthusiasm regarding Mega Evolution. There was no flashback. There was no just accepting it. It was like hey, wait, what are you doing? This is a great scene.
We then cut to a scene with Emma and Roy later on the evening. They're talking after dinner, and we have a full scene about, oh yeah, it's me, Roy. I was from the Rising Voltacklers, and Emma saying, Rising Voltacklers? What, that sounds familiar. And Esper pulls out a little newspaper articles talking about how there's some evil guys and they're responsible for this big incident. And Roy says directly to the camera, do not believe the mainstream media. They're lying to you. Fake news. They're lying about me. We're good guys, actually. And then Roy's talking all about his adventures with Captain Pikachu and the rest of the Rising Voltacklers, all his friends, a shiny Rayquaza. And Ult says, you do not have a shiny Rayquaza in an ancient Pokeball. God.
So funny. How nonchalant Roy was because he had already finished with that interaction with Ult, and clearly he didn't tell him. He was like, don't you want to know? Don't you want to know? And Ult was like, no, I don't care. And Roy was like, oh, okay. And just carried on with his day, drops it later. And Ult's like, wait, what? And Roy's like, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Anyway, it's so good.
I would lose it so much as if in the DLC for ZA, Ult just walks out with Emma. Oh my God, could you imagine?
It'd be so sick if Ult was just in a trash can.
Yeah. he's still just like Oscar the Grouch. He moves back into the trash. So at this point, Ult immediately declares, actually, Roy, shiny Rayquaza is mine because that's actually technically a wild Pokemon. He doesn't even belong to you, so I'm going to catch it. And Sableye is very cute in this scene because he's just egging Ult on, saying, yeah, catch shiny Rayquaza. That's
giving him a little high five. Now, I was getting very possessive here because I was thinking, Roy already has the ball. It's his life's goal to get this shiny Rayquaza as of the past year and a half. And Ult's just going to come in and just say, hey, I'm entitled. That's my Rayquaza.
Yeah, well, apparently Ult thinks he's the strongest trainer in the world. And so then Roy and Ult argue about who gets to catch shiny Rayquaza.
Which is such a little kid thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ult runs away.
I get to be Godzilla.
Yeah. Ult runs away. He says, I'm going to go train to Mega Evolve. And Emma can't believe all this. This is the scene where she says, Roy, look. This little boy, he doesn't have any friends. He's never shown this kind of interest before. Can you please just be best friends with little Roy or little Ult? And Roy says, All right.
And we learned that Emma is a detective.
Mm-hmm. Then we get a little flashback of Emma talking about how I used to walk the streets and I would see Olt walking around collecting trash. We see Adele Caddy in the rain, shouts out in a Munchlax. Oh no, little Olt. He just sleeps in the rain with Sableye in an alley. I, Emma, will have to adopt this little illiterate boy. Emma says, I can relate to Olt because I, too, was an orphan until Looker adopted me and looked after me. And honestly, at this point, I start feeling bad for Olt. And for some reason, the fact that he's illiterate makes his story so much more sad to me. Little Olt, Taylor, Olt is just Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. He can't speak, he can't write, he can't read, living in the trash.
Grew up in a barrel.
Roy, please, Emma, please, just be friends with Olt. God, please. And this is what I was talking about. This is the scene, Geese people, we were talking about earlier, where right now, Roy's like, yeah, I'll be friends with him. I'll always be nice to him, pretty much. But that doesn't happen later. I would say, and it's tough to say, it is tough to, like, we can't put all the blame on Roy because clearly Olt is a little jerk a lot of the time. So
Roy is also a child.
Yeah, I guess so.
She just said be his friend, and he has been his friend.
That's true. Olt can be annoying, so it's fine.
He can't read.
And the few times that Roy really, I feel like, mistreated him, he did apologize afterwards. So
yeah, honestly, Roy's a great father.
What? Then... God, Geese Beep, did you see how adorable Esper was sitting in Emma's lap in this next scene? The little smile on that guy. Oh my! Now we do a hard cut to Olt just banging on the door of the Master Mayo Maze, just screaming, "Fight me, Lucario! Fight me, I'm ready!" And Roy shows up and says, "Olt, we can't even Mega Evolve yet. How are you gonna beat Lucario?"
They get so many of these moments where the children are acting like children, and I always appreciate that in media because it's clearly not written by a 12-year-old, but you have somebody who is a 12-year-old.
And Roy says, also, Olt, it's the middle of the night. Lucario's probably sleeping. Lucario's not sleeping. In fact, Shiny Lucario is standing on the roof of the Master Mayonnaise Palace, ominously staring at them.
It's me and Ghost of Yotei about to assassinate guys, looking on the roof, looking for my chain assassinate button.
Exactly. Then we get a commercial break. We're back from the commercial break, and honestly, it's time to do some mega training, and we're really trying. I mean, Sableye is certainly standing there, holding his Sableye, certainly yelling to Mega Evolve.
So cute.
At this point, Olt says, were we sold fake rings? Was Master Mayonnaise truly Master Scammer the whole time, like we discussed last week? Immediately, Master Mayonnaise shows up because of these
allegations.
Because of slander. Yeah, exactly. He says, so I bet you guys, you lost to Lucario, huh?
Yeah, Blazing Yellow, or what was it called? Yellow Blaze?
Yeah, Yellow Flash, something like that.
Oh, yeah, Yellow Flash sounds sick.
And the kids yell, Master Mayonnaise, we want to Mega Evolve, sir. And boy, howdy, does Master Mayonnaise ever deliver such a poetic, giant speech. And he starts saying, I will teach you, children. I will reveal to you how to Mega Evolve.
I just really want to know what this guy was doing on the street.
He's just selling some rocks.
With those rocks. It's such a confusing situation for this character to have been in that situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
He owns a maze castle.
He works in mysterious ways.
That's very true.
But very important to note, during this giant speech, did you too see Crocolore and his little arms up by his Home Alone face, just in complete awe, mouth agape, listening to Master Mayonnaise speak? It was incredible. It was so cute. It's now Taylor and Geese's favorite part of any episode. And I got to admit, I enjoyed this. It happened quick. They did what they needed to. It's time for a battle.
Exactly. That's how I like my battles. Quick and painless.
Ult versus Roy. And Master Mayonnaise says we're going to learn a lot faster doing than talking, so let's get to work. Power Gym, dodge it. Now, listener, believe it or not, Power Gym dodge it is what happens for the next 15 minutes. That's all that happens is Power Gym dodge it until finally Sableye, exhausted Sableye, completely runs out of Power Gems, and then Crocolore uses Disarming Voice for a super effective fairy attack. Great work, everybody.
And afterwards, one of my favorite things in anime happens.
Throat Chop, Stomping Tantrum, and Lucario's watching apparently. Shadow Sneak while Crocolore's back is turned. Oh my god.
It's such a good, not even you can detect an attack from behind. It's just such a silly situation.
Yeah. Ult thinks he's clever because Crocolore's back is turned for the little Shadow Sneak, but nope. Roy's 10 steps ahead. He says, Crocolore, I want you to flame charge so fast. Run up that wall. I'm going to grab my boombox and I'm going to play Hungy's Hoedown Remix. You're going to fly through the air and hit Sableye, and it's going to be so sick.
It's like that one scene in The Matrix.
He knocks out Sableye. And at this point, Ult is losing it. He's just desperately trying to get his Dusk Ball to open so that way he can win the battle. But if we recall from Mega Voltage, Dragonite does not come out if Ult wants to win a battle. He only comes out to save other people. So, sorry, Ult. And at this point, Master Mayonnaise walks over to a defeated Ult, gives him a full restore to heal up Sableye, and Master Mayonnaise has some words for Ult. He says, Ult?
Honestly, kind of shocking. He was like, give up.
Well, he's encouraging the boy. That's his technique. He says, do you even believe in your own boy Sableye? And Ult's response was, yeah, of course I believe him. He's in my Pokemon and I'm the greatest trainer in the world. And Mayonnaise says, well, it sure didn't look like it. Sure didn't show it.
Harsh.
You let it exhaust itself. You didn't adapt to the battle at all. Don't criticize Roy for running away. Running away from an attack is a completely valid battle technique and tactic. And I was laughing so hard, guys, for this, because this is such a point of contention right now in ZA ranked battles. I know I didn't mention it before, but Legend ZA has online multiplayer where you have all battling at the exact same time with 3 Pokemon. And there's been a lot of complaints online from people, because here's the thing. If you want to get all the Megastones, 3 of them, the Kalos starters, to get them, you actually have to rank up in online ranked battles. And so a strategy a lot of people have been doing is they'll just get enough knockouts to be in first place and then just run around, trying to just run away from everybody, and people are criticizing it. So it's so funny that Master Mayonnaise comes out and says, that's a completely valid tactic. And then Master Mayonnaise says something to Ult that really stings. He says, you know, honestly, Ult, it seems like you care more about that Dusk Ball than you do Sableye. And Ult just screams at him, Geese Peep.
Master Mayonnaise was like, in the maze, you'd even listen to your Sableye. It was telling you, but you weren't paying attention, just like in that battle.
Just
and we
like
get the flashback.
Just like every character in a horror movie doesn't pay attention to the dog. I was rewatching, what was it, The Conjuring a few days ago, and I'm sitting there listening to this watching this family just ignore their dog who's like, I'm not going in the house. That's a terrifying house. I'm going to bark everywhere. Not going in there. And the family's just like, hey, must be the wind. And then goes inside.
So Ult yells, shut up, Master Mayonnaise. And he says, I do love my Sableye. And then we get a funny little scene of Sableye just blushing because
yes, I love this.
Sableye was the heavy lifter of this scene for me because of, one, his enthusiasm just across the board. And when they're talking about mega evolving, I didn't mention this earlier, he's moving his little arms like he's really straining, trying to mega evolve.
Yeah, it's a funny scene. We then get one of my favorite moments of the entire episode, because Ult's going on about how much he loves his Sableye and how much they've been through together. We get a flashback of their harrowing times together in all forms of the most extreme weather imaginable. They have been through every possible natural disaster together in a very amusing montage. We got the blizzards, the hurricanes, the tsunamis, you name it. Those two have been just standing in the middle of them in this very temperate Kalos, Lumiose City.
Do all the games have different weather patterns based on where they are?
Yeah. I mean, it's nice and sunny in Alola. So why?
Huh. It should be rainy, though.
So Alt yells, "I'm gonna be the strongest." And this is Master Mayonnaise saying this, guys. He says, "Alt, that's great that you want to be the strongest. Have you ever wondered or asked Sableye how he feels? What he wants to do?"
I feel so bad. Poor illiterate Alt gets hit with such a verbal smackdown from Master Mayonnaise in this scene, where he says, "You should just give up. This is never happening in your wildest dreams."
Yeah, because
it's
Alt
just
says,
like rhyme all over again.
Because Alt says to Master Mayonnaise, "What Sableye wants? I don't know. I don't speak Pokemon." And yeah, Mayonnaise says, "Well, that's your problem right there." And I think Geese Peep already mentioned this, but Mayonnaise was talking about, remember when Sableye noticed the pit that you jumped directly into?
You impatient, illiterate fool, was the subtext.
Exactly. If you can't sense your Pokemon's emotion, you'll never learn how to Mega Evolution. So then Master Mayonnaise just leaves, and Ult's just screaming. After Ult screams in frustration, Lucario.
That'd be so funny if Ult just started just wailing. Just sobbing uncontrollably, just crying on the ground, just.
So then Lucario jumps down out of nowhere and he says, "It's me, Shiny Lucario. Follow me, children."
It was great because Lucario actually beckoned them with its paw.
Mm-hmm. We're going back into the Mayo Maze. And luckily, guys, Sableye remembers how to get back. He's always paying attention, Geese Pete.
He's like me. He's a little goblin that's always looking around for things and notice things that other people don't notice.
He's always guiding the way. Great music, by the way, in this Return to the Mayo Maze. I'm having a great time. Kind of Blade Runner-y, maybe, 2049, Taylor? I'm getting a little Blade Runner 2049 soundtrack here in this scene.
God, I can't even really remember that soundtrack. I just associate it with the, like a synthier version of Christopher Nolan soundtrack.
Okay, so this time, guys...
Christopher Nolan, the famous composer.
Yeah, we love that guy. He's Love Makes Music. This time, we're going to pay attention to Sableye, and instead of falling in the pit, we're going to jump over the pit. And instead of just looking at the Wile E. Coyote fake door, we're just going to rip through it.
So this was the one part of the episode where I was like, huh? He said less than 5 minutes in Lumiose City time ago that he couldn't understand what Sableye was saying. And now he leaps into a wall, directly into it, because he said, "Oh, Sableye noticed this last time." And I was like, how did you pick that up? Because I would have just not jumped into the wall.
He's a quick study, as whatever thing I just watched where they use the term quick study a billion times. Oh, I think it's Ghost of Yotei. They use the term quick study way too often in the script. But Roy, as soon as Master Mayonnaise told him he has the ability to understand his Pokemon's emotions and feelings and what they want, he said, "Oh, I can do that? Oh, okay.
Sure."
Didn't that happen in Dragon Ball, Taylor? People told Goku he could do something. He was like, "I can? All right. Yeah, I can do that."
It happens all the time in anime.
Yeah. So
I actually, one of the things that I really liked was how Dragon Ball Z...
Taylor's Anime Minute.
When they were teaching Videl how to fly, I was like, you know what? Thank you for saying that. Because they were like, okay, you need to feel all of your energy going into your stomach. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is good that you're breaking this down. Instead of just randomly everybody can fly.
I adored that scene as well. I clearly remember Gohan teaching Videl how to fly and specifically explaining how, oh God, Geese Peep, you're too young for this. But we all tried to go Super Saiyan so hard.
Everybody did.
Everybody was going,
Everybody. There's a famous video of it.
Yeah. We're all trying to put our energy at our feet so we could just fly, but it didn't work. So yeah, Sableye knew the whole time we could just go through this. And, You got to trust your pokes. That's the lesson of the episode. So there you go. They go through it, and they run for a while through a door. And my God, do we ever get a jump scare of two middle-aged men dressed up wildly like an Excelgor and an Escavalier next to an Excelgor and an Escavalier.
Now listen.
And their names?
I thought this was so sick.
Their names, Taylor, are Count Oyster and Show You the Shinobi. The children yell, "What?" And it says to be continued. The episode.
There's so many questions. Why are they just standing there staring at a fake wall?
Yeah, they know how to end an episode. They're really living this one on a cliffhanger, keeping us wondering what's going on. I think
they're probably on the phone while waiting, just talk with the truck drivers.
But that's not part of the Pokemon world culture. Nobody's just sitting on their phones.
So I think that this is what the kids were supposed to do the whole time, was battle these guys. And instead they didn't pay attention and got into an unwinnable battle against Lucario. They were never going to win. So yeah. I think the real test was to find these two goofballs and fight them. But the episode's over, and I'll tell you now, it was an immense amount of fun. I was laughing. It was sick. So funny. Animation out the wazoo. Goofy ending.
Lore like crazy.
We got
so
Emma.
Much lore.
From X, Y, and ZA. It's so sick.
This is a very good episode. They didn't fixate on the battle. They focused on the relationship of the Pokemon. They had that hilarious Ampharos mega transformation. This is such a good episode.
Yeah, the battle was super quick. It was fun. It was sick. I wrote 9-5, but you're going to bring back the Hungies Hoedown for me? Oh, my God. I love the Hungies Hoedown.
That was a good version of the Hungies Hoedown that you just sang.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
9.6 at least. At least if you're going to give me the Hungies Hoedown. God, what? Everybody was so adorable. Crocolor's little face. The eating the spaghetti. The croquettes, Geese Peep. This is a 9.6. It's too good. It's such a good episode.
I'm going to give it a 9.5. I enjoyed watching it. It didn't feel like a chore. They were obviously having fun with it. And you can tell because the audience also had fun.
Here's the because I love when we come up with our theories for the production meetings and how they were making this.
Oh yeah.
Here's what I picture happening. They go, okay, great. So we got everything in line, right? We got all the commercials for ZA happening, right? We got the anime going. They're going to be in Kalos, right? And like the big decision maker with all the money walks into the anime studio and they say, okay, boss, here's what we got for it. And he watches like an episode and he goes, okay, so we're trying to sell copies of our game. So here's 100 million yen. I'm going to bring in my guys who know what they're doing. Guess what, guys? Have all the time you need. We're doing this early. Everybody gets a bonus. All I want you guys to do is have a ton of fun. Make sure people are having fun and make sure people want to go back to Kalos and see some new Mega Evolutions. And
make me laugh.
Let's do it, guys. And they said, yes, sir. They said, hi. Wakarimasu. So let's go. Ikimasho. And
very good.
They made a very fun episode, and I enjoyed everything. It's so rare. We get to watch an episode of the mainline Pokemon anime, and we're just like we're having fun in the movies. I don't even understand.
It's very interesting because I normally gauge an episode of Pokemon by how often I feel like, how much of this do I have left? And I never did this in this episode.
Yeah.
I was going to give this a 9.4. The only reason is that I'm not giving it higher than that because you could make an argument for it being higher than that. It's just not that same level of Tinkaton evolution episode of Tinkatuff finishing her hammer while everybody's stalling for her. It's just not that level of sick. I'll give it a 9.5. This is a great episode. It's a very, very good episode. This is, I mean, it's going to sound crazy, but it's the best episode that we've had this series.
This 2-episode series. Wow. Yep. What a great time.
I didn't miss.
We love this episode. What a week, huh?
Everybody go watch this.
We got ZA. We got good episode of the anime. Taylor's playing Code Vein something. Geese Peep's having the time of her life in Hokkaido. Man.
Well, Taylor's really playing Silk Song, but Code Vein's on the back burner.
It's fine. What a great week. Everybody wins. Geese Peep, bring us into a wrap-up. Let's get out of here. I haven't eaten all day. Somehow I'm not hungry. It's weird, but let's go.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. You can find us at Look, Listen, Cast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Please like and comment so more people can find us. Also, thank you to Key Squared for our artwork. You can find him at twitch.tv/keysquared.
Shouts out Professor Ticklebits for the website and the
boilerplate.
Twitch.tv/prof_ticklebits. Please, everybody, people and guys, recommend this podcast. Show it to the grandmas, the cousins, the nieces, the nephews, all the friends, none of the enemies. And you can send in a question to looklistencast@gmail.com. We can answer that. Go and leave another like. Leave a little comment. Everybody has a wonderful time. Hope you guys all have fun in ZA, and I hope you catch some shinies. I'm telling you guys right now, if I don't have a good shiny report for next week's episode with all my ZA shinies, I'm going to lose it. People are having the hardest time because to get the shiny charm, you have to do a lot more. It's not just complete the Pokedex. You have to do all this research, which the characters in ZA, this is funny at the very end of the episode, the characters in ZA are so crazy. Your main professor research lady is one of the villains from X and Y. It's crazy.
Wow.
Okay, everybody's got something fun to do. Everybody say goodbye. Geese people gonna say goodbye 5 times. At least one of them has to be at a pitch low enough that it actually gets picked up. So that'll be fun. Taylor,
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm saying goodbye.
Goodbye.
Probably too.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Peep. Thank you for listening to the Geese Peep Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.